Hello, and thanks for purchasing the Apple CarPlay kit and for taking the time to get familiar with the product. Before we get into showing you how to operate the product in your car, there are a few things that need to be covered. First, you need to deauthorize or disconnect your iPhone from the factory Bluetooth. This is very important. The Apple CarPlay will not work correctly until this is done. Secondly, you must use the Apple cable that came with your iPhone, or one that you know has been approved by Apple. If you cannot find your Apple cable, please purchase one. Again, the system will not work if you attempt to use Apple CarPlay with any other cable than the one from Apple or a cable that has been approved by Apple. Now that you have entered your car and have it running, push the media button on the dash, and you will come into an area like this, and then you can push forward on the knob to bring up media, push down, and if whatever you need to go to, which will be interface 1, media interface 1, and then push down, and that will bring that up, and you can get your audio from there for your Apple CarPlay. Now we're going to enter into the center console to see what we need to have down here. First things first is that you'll see this is your audio plugged in to your USB 1. You want to leave this plugged in. If you unplug it, you will lose your audio for your CarPlay, so leave it plugged in. Secondly, you will find a USB port that you will plug your lightning cable into, and then you'll take the other end, of course, and you'll plug it into your phone. And when you do this, it should launch automatically right into the home screen for the Apple CarPlay. And after you do that, then you can move your command knob around, and you can actually see how things will be highlighted, the different names and all that. And if you come down to these numbers down the right hand corner, you do not want to push on those. Those have to do with the firmware and the software that is in the system, and that's how you can update the system and all that, and give it software and firmware updates. So you don't want to be messing around with that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll over here to iOS with the Apple icon, and I'm going to press enter, and that will launch Apple CarPlay, and you'll see it come up here in just a second. Okay, so it didn't come up to the home screen, but that's okay. So we can come down, I can scroll down here to the home button and push that, and now it comes right up there. And you can see now you have your phone, your music, your maps, and what I'm doing is I'm using the control knob, the command knob, to scroll through everything. If you have other things added to your phone, you will actually have a second page. And you see here we have Waze, Pandora, and a WhatsApp and all that. And then of course back over here to your other stuff that you can have. And there's other various apps that you can add onto your iPhone that will come up, and Apple will allow you to use on Apple CarPlay. So but they kind of control that, but still you have access to it. To launch an app, what you need to do is you use your command knob and scroll until it's highlighted, and then push down, and that will launch the app. So as you see right now, we're launched into the Apple Maps. And then to get away from your Apple Maps, you can always go down here, scroll to your home button, hit that, and that brings that back up. And let's just scroll over here, and I want to show you how to launch Pandora. Just go over to Pandora and you can launch that too. Now this might take several seconds to load because you're using your internet service from your cell phone provider, and it might take several seconds to get it loaded and playing, but that's how you launch it. Let's just go ahead and get out of that, and now we're back to the home screen. Okay, there are 3 buttons on your steering wheel that you will be using to operate your Apple CarPlay. First, your answer button will answer the calls for incoming calls, okay? Your hang up button will end your calls when you get ready to terminate the call. Also, your hang up button will call up Siri if you push and hold for 3 seconds. So let's try that right quick. And there it is, as you can see. And now,
please refer to your car's owner's manual for information about the car.
So you see now that you can call up Siri by just pushing and holding the hang up button for 3 seconds. Also, up on your steering wheel and your center console, you have these back buttons. It looks like a backwards arrow. You push and hold it for 3 seconds, and it allows you to switch back to the Mercedes screen. And now you're back on the Mercedes side. If you push and hold it again, it switches back over to your Apple CarPlay screen. And that's how you get back and forth between the factory side and the Apple CarPlay side.